In Thailand, a man spent a long time filming a small python that appeared right out of the ceiling and was spinning on a fan. The guy definitely found it hilarious, but when the fan threw the python right at the person filming, now it's funny for us too. Noticing a fox on the side of the road with a milk carton stuck on its head, people decided to stop and help the poor animal. Catching her was easy, but the funniest thing was her terrified eyes. The little fox after being freed. And these kinds of shots you're definitely seeing for the first time. A bear, while watering himself at a watering hole, was attacked by a small crocodile. The frightened bear almost fell into the water, and he was very lucky that the crocodile missed. A crazy crow decided to take a ride on a car's windshield wiper, and it clearly enjoys this kind of entertainment. Here's another cheerful bird that didn't want to leave the wiper even after the car started moving, but the wind quickly blew it away. Well, some birds are just plain lazy, and to save energy they might hitch a ride on a car as stowaways. This moment was captured in Canada. People witnessed an eagle attacking a baby seal. The predator was simply sitting on a rock holding the baby in its talons while its mother watched from the water. When the eagle tried to drag the baby further away, the mother seal grabbed onto it and started pulling it back toward her. They managed to save the baby. Meanwhile, a small child got stuck in dry branches at the edge of a cliff. His mother, risking her life, stood next to him but couldn't do anything to help. A compassionate man decided to help, and he succeeded. The foal and its mother walk away alive and well. I was shocked by this. A woman decided to look into a sewer where thousands of bats were hiding. It looks pretty creepy. Here's another similar place. Something disturbed these capybaras on the banks of the Paraguay River, and they all started jumping into the water together. In just a moment it became clear what had happened. A jaguar was hunting them, but this time it wasn't lucky. While walking her Labrador, the owner approached a turkey. The wild bird reacted instantly and attacked the dog. You can only laugh at these crazy shots of the owner protecting her pet. A home camera captured how a delivery man was bringing some kind of refrigerator into the house, clearly not expecting anything bad to happen. But then at some point, a demon seemed to possess the household ginger cat, and it attacked the man with all its fury, claws out. The delivery man did his best to escape until he managed to lock the angry cat behind a plastic curtain. I think you've heard that there are birds called kiwis in Australia, but you definitely had no idea what kind of sounds they make. The sounds from horror movies have nothing on this. This giraffe was clearly annoyed by the turtle's slowness, so he decided to help her get to her destination faster. A dog stole grandma's dentures and brought them to its owner. It looks really funny. Here are some more cases like that. In this moment, a French bulldog choked on a large piece of apple. The dog fell on its side and started shaking, but luckily its owner noticed in time. The woman quickly removed the apple and saved her dog from choking. It's the first time I've seen an armadillo gathering dry leaves for its nest. At this rate, the nest will be ready very quickly. From their window, people filmed a doe and her fawn coming to drink water from their decorative waterfall. At some point, the curious little one falls into the water and starts to drown, but its clueless mother pays no attention and keeps drinking water as if nothing happened. Fortunately, after a minute of struggling, the fawn managed to get out on its own. Next up is just pure shock content. A cheerful dog brought his owner a stick with a hornet's nest hanging from the other end. The man got a painful sting almost immediately. A lot of tasty food was poured out for the cats, but the cunning raccoon was right there. Through a small hole in the floor, he started sticking his paw through and stealing from the cats their food. The way schools of fish surround a diver always looks very beautiful. In the backyard, people started filming a squirrel. At first they thought the squirrel was injured, but then realized it had eaten some kind of hallucinogenic mushrooms. It was really hard for the person filming not to shake the camera, because he was laughing so hard. A brave woman went out into the yard to chase away a groundhog, but this wild animal turned out to be crazy. First, it attacked the owner, who managed to escape into the house just in time. Then it started scratching and gnawing at the glass. And in the end, it decided to get back at the family for their audacity by biting their umbrella. A fox snuck into the yard at night, to the geese hoping to snatch a tasty piece of meat for itself. But the yard was under the protection of a large, aggressive male, who quickly chased the thief off his territory. A couple from British Columbia captured a unique moment. A raven was flying alongside their car for a whole 45 minutes. It was as if the bird was escorting them somewhere, and they really couldn't get away from it. At some point, they even stopped to feed it. Amazingly, the raven gladly ate almost from the man's hand. A clever cow used her body to keep her calf from being swept away by floodwaters during the storm. But the most interesting thing is their coloring. The calf is a copy of its mother, and together they look very beautiful. A shocked driver stopped on the bridge on purpose to film a crazy fisherman who was calmly fishing just a few meters away from a huge crocodile. Here are a few moments that prove there are real Bruce Lees in the cat world, performing moves no worse than that famous martial arts master. While filming a goose with a drone, people got too close to the bird and immediately paid for it with their flying device. Wild geese are very aggressive and will always protect their family. In this moment, a woman got caught in the crossfire. A South Carolina resident saved his beloved dog from a coyote attack. When Timothy was walking in the yard with his little chihuahua, a coyote suddenly appeared. The man realized that if he didn't fight back, the coyote would take his dog away. The fearless Timothy grabbed the coyote by the tail and threw it into a trash bin. Later, animal control arrived and took away the brazen coyote. And as for Timothy, he sewed a very funny protective suit for his little dog. A man filmed a battle between two anole lizards right from his window, and the fight lasted quite a while, but the most interesting part happened at the end of this epic clash. One of the anoles grabbed the other's jaw and threw it down. In this footage, you can see a snake confidently approaching the house. When it got close to the person sitting on the porch, both of them got scared and ran away. Both of them. Have you ever seen a cow with 5 legs? Here it is. Its 5th leg grew right on its back. It clearly doesn't work, but it looks very unusual. While walking her dog on the pier, the woman definitely didn't expect such an attack from a sea lion. Indian rhinos were peacefully grazing near the forest, but it turned out that others also like to nibble on the grass in this pasture. Big buffaloes, gars. A big brawl breaks out, and without much hesitation, they attack the timid rhinos and chase them off their territory. A man looked into his garage from his house window and came face to face with a puma. Some feathers were sticking out of the predator's mouth, which meant it had clearly already eaten a chicken. During the staring contest, the puma started hissing and even lunged at the man through the window. The footage turned out great, and the puma soon left. A cow fell into a deep canal with fast, dirty water. The workers with the excavator were warned that the target was swimming toward them, but they had only one precise chance to catch it with the bucket. Surprisingly, the workers managed to do it. The cow was saved. A foolish boy decided to tease wild Canadian geese and quickly paid the price for it. You'll definitely be surprised, but what you're seeing right now is a shark egg. There are species of sharks that are not viviparous. For example, horn sharks and cat sharks lay these unusual eggs. Some of them have a spiral shape that is very unusual. This shape serves to protect the baby sharks from predators and to prevent the egg from being washed ashore. After all, its edges will catch onto something in the water, anything at all. And this is what a very successful night hunt by a bear looks like. Tourists discovered a large python that had wrapped itself around the gas tank of their car. 2 men tried for a long time to pull the python out by its tail, and soon they managed to do it. If you notice something like this pipette in the sand on the beach, know that a monster like this is hiding there. This is a cuttlefish, and people catch them for food. Next, an adorable video. A fawn and a rabbit are playing together. It looks like these animals have really become friends. I don't know what these crows ate, but they're having a lot of fun. They made themselves a winter slide on a car window and are taking turns sliding down it. Apparently, these birds are enjoying the first snow just like children do. Today is the birthday of these 2 brothers. They decided to give them one cake to share, but they just can't divide it peacefully. In the state of Nevada, a local hospital suffered from an invasion of Mormon crickets. It looks like a scene from some kind of horror movie. Someone had the idea to tie a dog to a metal advertising sign. The dog got scared, so now that sign definitely won't be found. I definitely didn't expect this. The little boy found a huge toad and hid it in his swim trunks. I think they definitely won't make it to the river, so we can consider this escape attempt a failure. Somehow, a duck with 4 ducklings ended up in the bear's enclosure. Naturally, this sparked the bear's interest, so he jumps into the water, catches 1 duckling, and deals with it right in front of the visitors. Hurt your own so that strangers will be afraid. This buffalo decided to do exactly that, and the tactic worked. The lioness immediately backed off. How the dog ended up at this event is unclear, but he decided to lift everyone's spirits. Why he did it remains a mystery. He prepared very diligently for this mega jump, but all he managed to do was make his owner laugh. Yes, this young girl clearly cares much more about her pet's hygiene and cleanliness than she does about her own. While traveling through the jungle near the shore, people filmed a huge orangutan just a few meters from their boat, who immediately started begging them for food. They threw a kiwi to the monkey, and it immediately started eating it. A guy decided to tease a donkey, and it worked. The donkey came closer and started braying back with the same sounds. These 2 dogs have a problem. Their favorite toy is at the bottom of the pool. One turned out to be smarter. He just waited for his friend to dive in and fetch the toy. The friend's jump looks funny, but the toy is saved. Now that's a jump. But still, he couldn't manage to jump over all the cars. Two hungry foxes surrounded a wildcat, a palace's cat, but they didn't know that this predator definitely wouldn't let himself be pushed around. All the fox's attempts to attack were unsuccessful. A warthog at a watering hole spotted a crocodile, but he was so thirsty that he decided to chase the toothy predator away and started throwing mud at him. When the crocodile snapped its jaws, the warthog disappeared in an instant.